Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on, everybody? So, y'all, I have been, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing week. I'm gonna play some music real quick while I finish getting ready. And yeah, I'm gonna pull out, what I need to pull out, and we're gonna get started, okay? All right. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Lip Speak, where we talk about things that can help you grow in your faith, family, and freedom. Yeah, I was Thursday. I'm sorry. So today we're going to be discussing on a couple of different things. And I'm so blown away about today because it's one of those things where, like, once you understand it and you see it, it's like, oh my God, this whole thing, it's been in front of my face for this long and I didn't know anything about it. Oh my God. Okay. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay. So a little background story. So I was getting ready, getting up this morning, and I'm trying to figure out, I forgot today was Thursday. Like my days just flow to where I don't even keep up. I have to look at the time or the date or whatever to kind of keep on track and stuff. But it's okay. I'm not, I'm busy. That's a good thing. I'm great. I'm good. So while reading, mind you, we talked about last week, we talked on Genesis chapter 1 and 2, where Myron Golden and Bishop Malcolm was kind of giving you a deep dive as to their success principles in the first two chapters of Genesis. And so I read the first two because when I hear people talk about certain things, I have to go see it and hear it for myself. And so I went and I read it for myself, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is what this says, blah, blah, blah. Boom. So um I started diving a little bit deeper, right? And I started reading like chapter by chapter. But what I do in my readings, and everybody is different, and that's okay. But in my readings, I read it, I listen to it, I read it, I listen to it, and I have to kind of just piece by piece. And then I go back and like highlight it and stuff like that. And that's what I've been doing for, I've been in Genesis for, I would say, about 2 months now. And that's okay. I'm not even halfway doing through Genesis, but I'm one of those readers that I don't like to rush. Like sometimes, you know how you rush in reading, you forget what you read. I want to be in that point where even if, somebody was to talk about it, my brain can refresh it because it's so like embedded in my memory that I cannot forget what I read. So while reading, and that's a little background story, but while reading, I stumbled upon chapter 12. Mind you, there's some success principles. It talks about, just who begot who and the sons, the daughters, and how long people were living and all of that stuff. And then I got to this saucy chapter here. And once I read it, I'm like, and I read, like I read from chapter 12 to part chapter 15. That's all I read. And the success principles I'm gonna give you today came from those three chapters. There is like 40, 50 something chapters in Genesis. 50, exactly 50. And I'm only on 15. And we talked about last week the success principles that have made Myron Golden and Bishop Malcolm successful. And I read this one and I'm like, this is a bar and a half. Like, but what, like, I have to read it. Like, you have to hear it. But I need you, don't just, it says it in the Bible, don't just be hearers, but doers. You have to be a hearer and a doer. Don't just hear it and just let it sit there. What are you going to do with the information that you heard? That's what counts. You can hear it all day long. But if you ain't doing nothing with it, it doesn't matter what you heard because it ain't going to benefit you at all if you're not executing what you've heard. And so we're going to go chapter 12. Okay. Now, mind you, y'all, like I said, it's going to answer so many questions, right? He's going to answer who, what, and how in the first verse. Like, he don't play when he speaks, when he talk, like, he don't play. He tells you what it's gonna be done, how it's gonna be done, when it's gonna be done, all that stuff. And it also tells you, some of us, what I want you to get out of this. That is one of the key things. I want you to walk away from this knowing I don't know. I no longer have to be paralyzed from my circumstances. I no longer have to be paralyzed from the things that are going on around me, that I can execute and be covered under God's warranty and always know that regardless of what is happening in my life, that long as I move according to what he tells me to do, I'm good. I'm covered. I'm okay. So Genesis chapter 12. Verse 1, it says, Now the Lord had said unto Abram, this is before he became Father Abraham, okay? Get thee out thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. So he's telling him, when that is the most important, and if you weren't listening, you didn't catch it. It says, Now the Lord has said unto Abram. So when did he say it? When are you supposed to move? When are you supposed to do the thing? Now. You need to move now. Get thee out of thou country and from thou kindred. You need to get away from the people you know, the people you love. Sometimes he has to strip that from you for him to show you what he needs for you to see. Because some of us are so comfortable where we're at, comfortable with our circumstances, comfortable with all these things that's going on around us, that we don't see what he's trying to show us. And it says, and from thy father's house, this man was still living at home. And we're going to figure out how old he was. We're going to figure out how old he was, but he was living with his father. Okay. And it says, unto a land that I will show thee. So it's telling you to move now, but you don't even know where you're going. And that's where a lot of us get stuck. We're moving and have no idea of where we're going or the outcome. Like, Kayla, I need you to do this. Okay, when? We always, us as being people, maybe just me. I don't know. But I'm gonna be honest. I ask questions. How? How far, Lord? You want a mile, a foot? Like, you want me to jump? You want me to run? Like, what is, he's like, move. Okay, But how far do I need to move? How long do I need to move? Where am I moving to? We want to know the details. When it comes to God, He ain't gonna give you every detail. This Bible only gives you part of Him, not all of Him. Because if He was to give you all of Him, we wouldn't be able to handle it. We couldn't handle it. So, principle number one, God has to move you from people, places, and things you know in order for Him, in order for you to receive what He has for you. You were comfortable. That job, you're comfortable. You get paid every week, every 2 weeks, every month. That house you live in, near family, you're comfortable. Some of us don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't want to move away because I'm not going to have anybody to do this for me or do that for me. I'm not going to, I gotta meet new friends. I gotta, build a whole new circle. He didn't ask you for all of that information. He just said move. And he told you to move from what? Your country, your kindred, your father's house. I need you to move away from everything you know because you don't need to depend on them. Depend on me. That's what he's trying to show Abram. Don't depend on, you're depending on them. You know them. You see them. But are you going to depend on me? Now, here we go. He don't just tell you when, how, and where to move, but he also gives you details. These are the details that he gave Abram. And I will make thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great. So nobody know me. Where you got me going? They don't know who I am. They don't know what I'm about. They don't know nothing about my family. They don't know anything. So how is this possible? How is this possible? What are you going to do? Or what are you going to have me to do? That I am my name is great. Nations are great. What is going to happen to where those things happen for me? Like, we want to know these details, right? God is like, just move. The road is already paid for you. I just need you to move. And he also says, now hear me out. This is where he starts to sign. This is the warranty. Everybody that moves according to what God tells you to do, you're covered under his warranty. And this is him telling Abram about his coverage of a warranty. And I will bless them that bless thee. So anybody that bless you, anybody that give you anything during this phase, anybody that, takes care of you, I bless them. Don't worry about that. I bless them. You ain't got to worry about paying them back. I got them. I bless them. And I will curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. This man, again, he's telling him to leave everything you know. Leave everything behind. You don't even know where you're going, but I need you to understand. I got you. I need you to depend on me. And I'm going to tell you how I got you. I'm going to bless you. The blessings are already laid in front of you. I just need you to walk and grab them. Walk and grab and keep going. Keep moving. Don't stop. Okay? I need you to move. That is the one thing that what I want you to understand. If you don't take nothing else away from this today, understand I'm talking to you. Talking to you. You need to move. And I need you to move now. It says, now the Lord, how do he want you to move? When do he want you to move? You trying to wait for a sign to happen. The sign is today. I need you to move now. He can't work. He can't do anything in you if you don't move. You can write your dreams down. You can write your goals down. You can write all of these down. But it says faith without works is dead. So if you're not moving in that direction, you will never get there. And that's not no psychic reading. That's not no voodoo stuff that is true facts. You need to move. There is no possible way. Like if you are trying to get to a destination, like, oh man, I ain't gotta work. Yeah, work. I had to be to work at such and such time. Okay. You don't spoke it, you don't said it, you don't got dressed. But if you don't get in that car, you don't get on that bus, you don't get on that bicycle, whatever, however your transportation is, walking, whatever that thing is. If you don't make those steps, you will never get there. And if working from home, even if you don't get into a position in a place in an area where you need to work, it will never happen. You have to initiate it. You have to move. A fire cannot start without a spark. It has to be sparked. He wants you to spark it. He just wants that spark. You will be fully engulfed. I just need the spark. And I need that fire to be turned on within you. I just need a spark. And I handle the rest. I can make a whole forest fire. I can handle the rest. I just need you to move. And it says, here we are. Here we go. So he told them when to do it, how to do it, where to do it. I need you to go to that land. You don't know about that land yet. I'm gonna show you. I just need you to move. I don't even care what direction you go into. All these nations is yours. I need you to move. I made you the promises. I'm gonna keep my promises, but you got to do what you need to do. Move. Okay, here we are. Here we go. I'm excited, y'all. It says, so Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed. 75. That's another key point. Age ain't nothing but a number. Don't matter how young you are, don't matter how old you are. Age is nothing but a number. Long as you are willing, a willing vessel, he will use any and everybody to do his work. We have seen it time and time again in the Bible. He will use any and everybody to do his work. But you have to be a willing vessel for it to happen. Okay? 75 years old. Okay? 75 years old. So again, age is nothing but a number. Let me make sure I go back to my key points and make sure I'm not. Oh, so key point number 1, we're going to go back over that. God has to move you from people, places, and things in order for you to receive what he has for you. Number 2, move how God moves. When did he move? It says now. First word in that verse, now. You need to move now. This one, a lot of us get stuck. You want me to quote the questions that I was asking, like, oh, how far, when, how long? Next point. Allow God to order your steps without your input. Ooh. I ain't got no say. I can't say nothing. I can't say no. I can't say yes. I can't change I can't change nothing. He said I gotta suffer for 10 years. Can I just suffer for one? No input. He said I gotta go through what? Can I not go through that? If he gave us the option to make our test, we'll make the test so easy, so simple, that it's a thought. It has no effect on us. Why do you think we can't give our input on certain things? Because we don't, you said I gotta go through the max of pain, just a little bit. I'm gonna turn it down to like one a half a point. You gotta turn to 10. I can't, you gotta turn to 5. I can't do that. Lord, that's too much. You said you won't put no more on me than I can bear. I only can bear point 0.5 or 1. You too far. 5 and 10, you all the way. No. And you said it's out of 100? Nah. You said 50, Lord. Oh, Lord, no. We would try to change our outcome. We would try to alter our process. We would try to to just do a whole different plan than what God has for us. And that's why He is the master of our lives, and we're not. Because we go through things to strengthen ourselves. We go through things to become a better human being. We go through things to become a better godly being. And if you don't go through anything, He said, if you don't suffer, you won't range with Him. So He suffered tremendously. Jesus suffered. People in the back in the day suffer. And I had to go deep, suffer. We're suffering. We're not tapping even close to what they had to endure back in the day. They were stoned to death. You literally having conversations like people just rock. Why are you throwing that rock at me? What did I do? Didn't you do it? I mean, just throwing, launching rocks. And that ain't nothing like it's gonna time frame of like a minute or 5 minutes. It's whenever you done. They can take a break, go on lunch break, come back, and continue. You would until you're done. People will whip, hang on a cross, just hanging there. Could you do that? I know I can't. This day and age, listen, that's why we are no longer saved by the law. We are saved by grace. Jesus came and took everything. See, I'm getting off subject because when I'm talking about stuff like this, like I said before, I ran from this. I had Bibles around me as a kid. I never just, oh, I want to open the Bible and read it. Oh, what is in there for me? I ran from it. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to live my life the way I want to live my life. And I ran. And we're gonna talk, we're gonna hit on that. That's another key point. I don't want to get off subject because I will do that. Y'all should know. If y'all know, if you know, you know. Okay. So now we're gonna skip. We're gonna go from, oh, we're not gonna skip. I'm sorry. So in the middle of chapter 12, it's talking about, so mind you, okay, the beginning, he had to move. That was number one. You had to move. Number two, he's ordering your steps. Okay. Like he's gonna order your steps, but you don't know what your steps are. So in the middle of chapter 12, it talks about Abram and Sarah, his wife. They're going through, they're going into Egypt. And Abram is telling his wife, look, you are not my wife going through this city. You are too beautiful. They are going to kill me. I am not your husband. You are my sister while we're going through this city. Okay? We're kin, as sisters and brothers, as siblings going through the city. When we come out this city, you can become my wife again, but they will kill me. You're going to save me by saying you are not my wife. You are my sister. So he already planned and already gave her that heads up going through Egypt. So when they went through Egypt and Pharaoh's people seen Sarah, they was like, oh, girl, you beautiful, you cute, or whatever. I need you to go to, we gonna take you to Pharaoh. And so they took him to Pharaoh. Pharaoh was like, I want, I want you as my wife. And you are Sarah. Oh, you're his sister. Okay, nice. You can be my wife. You're gonna be my woman. So in exchange for Sarah becoming his wife, he gave Abram, mind you, this is the husband of Sarah. Okay, mind you, this man. Hold on, I'm gonna read it. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. I'm gonna get because you gave me your sister and gave me her hand in marriage, or gave me her hand, period. Because I was gonna marry her anyway, regardless of your consent or not. I'm going to entreat you for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen, and he asses and men servants and maid servants and she asses and camels. This man gave a ton of cattle. You say I can have Sarah? This is what I'm gonna give you. Here you go, brother. Here's the payment. And then the next verse, it talks about, and Pharaoh called Abram and said, what is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? Pledges came over Pharaoh's whole, him and his whole house. They got said, what? The only thing that changed was me taking this woman in. Who is this woman? It's your wife? The next verse it says, let me see. Why sayest thou she is my sister? So I may have taken her to me to wife. Now therefore, behold, thy wife. Here you go. I don't even want her. Here you go. Here's thy wife. Take her and go thy way. I don't even want to see y'all no more. Take her, you, her, and everything else. Get out. And it says, and Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all that he had. So he got his wife. He walked through the city. Mind you, he taking his journey because God said, I'm going to show you the land. Okay. He didn't tell you where. I'm going to show you the land. But he got a warning. He warned his wife. So I feel like God was with him. Hey, you need to do this because this is going to happen. And you're gonna get blessed if you do this, right? So he was already forewarned. He already told her before they even got there. It wasn't after, it was before they even got there. This is what's gonna happen when we get to Egypt. I need you to do this, I need you to do that. And this boom, boom, boom. And I ain't gonna die. You ain't gonna die. But we gotta act accordingly. Okay. Chapter 13. This is when it gets juicy because we want answers. But in these verses, in these things, he has not one question. He moved. He got a sign. He moved accordingly. You're my sister. He ain't fuss. That's my wife. Let her go. He ain't do nothing. I can have that. I can have the oxen. I can have the asses. I can have the camels. I can have the servants. I'll take them. Okay? Because he knew he was already, it said it in chapter 12. I'm going to bless thee. I mean, bless them that bless thee. I will curse them that curse thee. So he ain't worried. He ain't worried. God got me. He already gave me the warranty right written down. I know what he's gonna do. I know what the promises are. He said, I will be a father of nations. This is my land. I'm gonna see land. Okay? Hear me out. And it says, and Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. Okay? Verse 2. Now listen to this one. We're in, again, Genesis chapter 13. We're on verse 2 now. And Abram was very rich. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. In chapter 12, when he left his family, it didn't say he had anything. It didn't say he was rich in cattle. It didn't say he was rich in silver and gold. But after he passed through Egypt and he moved according to what God told him to do, God was like, I'm gonna bless you. And so he blessed him. So it tells us here, because you moved, because you're doing the things and you're not questioning anything, you're just allowing me to order your steps. This is what I'm gonna do for you. This is what I'm gonna do for you. And now it says, and Abram was very rich in cattle and in silver and gold. This man had money. This man was okay. He was good. Why? Because do you think, let me ask you a question. Do you think that he will have any of this, any cattle, be rich in cattle, silver, and gold, if he would have stayed where he was from? Wherever you see this little clip at, I want to know that answer. Do you think Abram would have been rich if he would have stayed and not moved according to what God said for him to do? Would he be rich? Excuse me. In cattle, silver, and gold. Let's keep going. We ain't done. I told you I got chapter 15. That was just chapter 13. We're not gonna go through we're gonna skip down to verse 14. Okay. Now, mind you, he's journeying. At this point, he is becoming separated from Lot because both of their herdmen, so Abram's herdman and Lot's herdman, was getting into it. Abram didn't want any animosity towards his brother, no type of anything happening within, pretty much nothing to break their bond, break their relationship. So he was like, I'm gonna go one way, you go the other way. If you go to the left, I'm gonna go to the right. If I go to the right, vice versa. Okay. So they're separating. All right. And it says, and the Lord said unto Abram after that Lot was separated from him. Mind you, like I said, they separated because of the herdmen. Okay. Lift up thine eyes. So look up. I need you to look up right now. Okay. And from the place where thou art, northward and southward, and eastward and westward. So he pretty much, I need you to do a whole circle, and I need you to look, do a complete circle. I need you to look in every direction. That's what God is telling him. I need you to look in every single direction. North, south, east, and west. Okay? Now, why did he tell him to look? For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thou seed forever. So you telling me, Lord, because I moved, when? At that now point that you gave me, when you talked to me, I moved right in there. Because I didn't ask any questions. Because I let you order my steps. Because I'm doing your will and I'm walking in your, and I'm just walking the path that you have for me. Because of that, you're blessing me with land as far as I can see. That's going to be for me and for my seed. But Lord, I ain't got no seeds. I ain't got no kids. Not one, Lord. So what you trying to say now? I'm going to have some kids? That was one of the questions that Abram gave. I'm gonna have kids, but I don't have kids. I'm 75 years old. I'm too old. That's what we will all say. I'm too old. Here we go. And again, it says, "For all the land which thou seest, to thee I will give it, and to thine seed forever. And I will make thine seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can count the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered." Get down there on your hands and knees and count every piece of sand that you see. Can you count it in one little area? Can you count it? No, no. What's he telling them? That's how far your nations, that's how far your seed is going to be expanded. That's how far your bloodline is going to be. You can't even put a number to it. Because you did what I asked you to do, and when I asked you to do it, you will be blessed. And I told you that from the beginning. I will bless thee. Remember that. That is my warranty. We could go in deeper. I'm just giving you some of the points that I highlighted this morning. So I'm kind of skimming through it. We're going to go to chapter 15. Okay. And he tells them again, um, some of the stuff I didn't highlight, but I want to definitely go through it. Um, and just again, we can talk about this for a while, but I want to hit on some of the key points because I know, like, I don't, when I see something, when I hear something, I want to go ahead and share it because that's another thing that I've learned is that I don't move. If I don't move right then, I'm never going to do it. And that's why I'm very adamant about this. Moving now. This podcast was talked about way before I did it. I kept talking about it, kept talking about it, and I kept talking, and then I stopped talking about it. I said, you know what? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. We gotta stop just talking. Actions, I live by this, I breathe by this, and I will always represent this. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. You can talk to me all day till you're blue in the face, but if you're not acting on it, I cannot believe it. What you act on. If you say, Kayla, I want to be married. Congratulations. Is somebody in your life? No. Are you interested? No. Okay. So is it gonna happen? Like when? Oh, it's gonna happen about in the next month. So you telling me there's nobody in your life, but it's gonna happen in the next month? Okay, cool deal. I until I see it, I can't. Who you gonna find in a month that's gonna marry you within this month? You don't even know when this person gonna come, where they gonna come from. Okay. Or you say, I got this before. And like I said, I'm not one of those that come on here and just tell y'all rainbow cupcakes and rainbow stories or whatever. I want to give you the raw, real truth so you can make that decision for yourself. Okay. I think that's why they didn't make me a recruiter at Waffle House. 'Cause I was gonna tell them everything. You said what? Oh, you know you want to work weekends, holidays, nights, all that. They're gonna be calling you at 12 at night. Oh, when you first when you just lay down, you got to go back to your stuff. Oh, okay. Oh, that made me no recruiter because I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie. I I don't want that person to say why you didn't tell me, why you couldn't warn me. I'm never gonna be. Nope. No can do. I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is what it is. This is how it is. This is what's gonna be. Boom, boom, boom. Take what you want to take from that. If you don't believe me, okay, wait. Just wait. It's going to happen, but just wait. Okay. I don't even know where I was going with that story. See, I told y'all, I go off the rails. I go off the rails. But I can't, like, when I seen it, I said, I cannot hold this to myself. That is selfish of me. I want to help that person that's just like me, that like I was once before out there. There's somebody that just like me, where you're paralyzed, you don't know how to take that next step. You're confused. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. You feel like you don't have anybody to talk to. You feel like you're the only person going through what you're going through. I'm talking to you. And I want you to hear me clearly and hear me loud. Move now. Your time is now. It's not tomorrow. It's not next year. It's not next week. It's not in the next future. It is now. If you don't move now, you will never move. If you don't apply for that, if you don't apply for a job, you will never get it. And once you get it, you can make that decision. If do I want to be here or not? We want to know every piece of the process. But God tells us, you're blessed. And I will curse them that curse you. The same promises he laid out for other people is the same promises he gave us. He is a never changing. He repents. He repented before. But his mind is set. You trust me, I will back you 1,000%. And the thing about God, and you will hear throughout scripture, throughout people talking, God does not add, he multiplies. Look at Job, tenfold. I'm gonna give you 10 of what you gave, what you gave up, what was taken from you, you get tenfold. He multiplies. We thinking about adding a little couple dollars and change to our paycheck. No, God wants to multiply your paycheck. But you have to move. There is no possible way that the things are going to happen for you if you don't move. That is the very first step and the spark to your fire. Move now. There's no other way of putting it. You want to start a podcast. You want to start that book. Start it now. Start writing. Look, what do you want the thing to look like? Start talking to people. Start reaching out to people. Once you start, and the thing is, once you start moving, it's like a domino effect. Things just start happening, right? But if you don't make that step, there is no movement. But once you take that step, it's just like it goes in a cycle. Things just happen. People just come to you in a direction. But you first have to move in order for that effect to take place. It'll take place, but you have to move and move now. So we talked about him. Oh no, this is the other one. Okay. Chapter 15, verse 5. And it says, and he brought him forth abroad and said, look now toward heaven and tell the stars, and if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, so shall thou see be. Can you number the stars? Look up. Count every single star that you see. Oh, by the way, there are stars on the other side too. And on the other side. It's like a never ending infinity thing of stars. They're everywhere. So count them. Oh, you lost your count? Start over. Because you will never be able to number. That is how I'm telling you again, that is how your seed gonna be. How many times I gotta tell you, you ain't got no kids, but I told you. Count the dust of the ground, count the stars in the air. You can't count. That's your seeds. Um, and then it says, and he believed in the Lord, and he counted it to him for righteousness. Do you believe? In order to receive, you have to first believe to achieve that you can achieve, and then you will receive it. I'll say that again. Believe that you can achieve, and you shall receive. Do you believe? It says he believed. You said I'm gonna have some seeds. You said I'm gonna have nations, and I'm gonna have. I'm like everywhere. There's no number to them. Yes, I made you that promise. Didn't I promise you before that you'll be blessed? Aren't you rich in cattle, silver, and gold? Didn't I just show you out the land that is yours because you moved? So what makes you think that I'm not going to hold up this promise of your seed? I use people like you. You are a good servant. I can use you. You're not that perfect being and thinking that you know everything. You depend on me, and that's what I need. And he said unto him, I am the Lord that brought thee out of Ur, um, to give thee the land and inherit it. And he said, Lord God, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? So now he started asking, like, now you done brought me here. You done told me, you done showed me the land. You showed me all this stuff. And this is where I stopped. I wanted to continue reading, but I didn't. But we're gonna dive in deeper. We're gonna dive in deeper. But what I want you to understand, what I want you to understand, stop asking questions, so many questions. Stop trying to figure out things. Stop trying to put your input on his plans for you. We gotta, Lord, don't let me go. Our input would be, Lord, don't let me go through too much pain. I don't like pain. I don't like suffering. I want to be rich, really rich. I don't want nobody to hate me. I don't want, okay, I want kids, but I don't want to go through pain. I want my marriage to be perfect with no flaws, no problems. That's what capitals. I want a business that's profitable. And the moment I start it, that it is super successful, but I don't want to go through anything to get it. Sign your servant. That's what our input would be. And that's why God doesn't want it. You have to go through something to get something. But your input is your output. So you looking for an easy way out, you're gonna get a easy blessing. You going through hardship, long suffering, you're gonna get a hard, long blessing. That was worth the wait. What are you willing to do? Are you willing to leave your country, leave your kindred, leave your father's house, your mother's house, your friend's house, your cousin's house, whoever house you live in or live around? Are you willing to leave all of that to get what God wants for you? And it's bigger than what you're at right now. But are you willing to do the work to get there? And most importantly, are you willing to take that first step to get there? Are you? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Because I understand, again, once you take that first step, it's just like it's going to keep going. But if you really want to be successful, if you really want to be blessed, if you really want to have his blessings on you, take that first step. Move now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for a person. Don't wait, because that perfect moment for you to start to do whatever you want to do in life, that perfect moment may never happen. It will never happen. Never. You waiting for the perfect equipment, the perfect timing, the perfect look. It's not gonna happen. Because if that was the case, I still won't be doing this, because I'm trying to get ready to do double chin, the stomach. Okay? I have to angle my head a certain way so you don't see my chin. I will wait till I get my hair done, because it's never gonna be perfect. Just do it, and he will use you. Just take that first step. When I took the first step in this podcast, I didn't know what I was gonna get into. I thought I was gonna have more followers than what I have right now, but I don't care. I'm here to share what God has done for me to help somebody else, and what I'm learning throughout this whole journey of me and my transformation to the person that I'm becoming. That's all I'm doing. That's it. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the fame. That's gonna come. The money gonna come. I don't care about fame. I don't want to be, nah. I want to be famous when I was younger. I want to be on Nickelodeon and all that. Nah. I'm seeing too many stories. I'm good. I didn't go that route. Thank you, Lord, that my plans for my life did not go the way I planned it. That's why he don't take our input. Because certain things we want to do in our life, it didn't happen for a reason. I'm just saying. So remember that you need to take that first step. We're going to go through the points. I had 5 points that I want to go through. I think I stopped at 3. It's okay. I'm going to go through them roughly again, okay? It says, God has to move you from people, places, and things you know in order for you to receive what he has for you. That's number 1. Number 2, move how God moves. He moves now. He knows what he's going after. He knows what he wants to create. He knows what he wants to do, and he does it. Move now. Allow God to order. That was number 2. Number 3, allow God to order your steps without your input. Like I said, let him. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. Our ways are not his ways. Let him do the work. He's paving the path for you. You just need to walk. That's all you need to do. Pick up your feet, ride, whatever you got to do. Push, crawl, whatever. Run, move. Okay? And move, run, walk, ride now. Okay? Number 2, learn to embrace the process. Stop fighting against the tide. This was the one that I did not go over, and I said, remember that the flow of things. God is always flowing. He flows. His spirit, he flows. It flows in and out. Like the waters, it flows. Learn to embrace the process. Stop fighting against the tide. Go along with the flow. Next week, we're going to dive in deeper to that. I wanted to do an exercise. I ain't going to do it this week. We're going to do it next week, because we're gonna piggyback off of what we talked about today. Hopefully next week, Lord's will. I don't know. We'll see what his plans are. I'm not going to alter them. If it's meant, it'll happen. It'll happen one of these days. And number 5, God has anointed and appointed things that to have. Oh, I'm sorry. God has anointed and appointed things for you. Just be in a place to receive it. Again, we just seen in a story about Abram, where Egypt, his wife, and how he was blessed with all these things walking out of this city. He already appointed it. He already anointed. This is yours. I said I will bless you. Here you go. It's already appointed. It's already anointed. Everything is already paved. I just need you to walk now. Because if you try to do it a month from now, that same warranty, that same coverage may not be there. He may give you a few of these. But because you move now, I'm gonna give you all of it. But if you wait down the line, you will get a certain percentage taken off, if not all of it. So understand, in order to you get everything that God has for you, you have to move now. Hopefully, this was a blessing to you. Share it with somebody that you know is going through and stuck and don't know where to go, what to do, where to turn. Hopefully, it blesses them and it blesses you. And understand and remember, do the thing that you need to do to become a better you. And that is moving now. See y'all next go around. Love y'all. Be blessed. And again, do the thing you need to do to become a better you. Embrace the process and get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Love y'all.